The greatest things, though, that I wish somebody would have taught me as I was kind of growing up into the business was that I wasn't really working for, at the time, Equus or DTZ or now Newmark. It was that I was working for Ryan Harding Real Estate, Inc. And that's a big difference, as all of you know, all of us know. I didn't know that at the time, but it was Ryan Harding Real Estate, Inc. So what I had to start thinking about when I was training or teaching or going after my own business was, what would I do today to make it better than yesterday? What would I do if I was starting my own company today? Because that's really what we're doing.
Last year, past couple years, I've been tracking the big box market in our world, which is really kind of a small box market for everybody else. The vacancy last year that I reported was 5.56%. This year, the vacancy is 3.77. Last year, I told you I was taking that information and trying to act on it. And clearly, everyone in bigger markets with more things going on, you could drill down and find trends that are much more complex than mine. But I'm always trying to find inefficiencies. If you look at our market, there's 300 million square feet, only 90 of distribution, 29 of post-1990. You get all the way down to the bottom, and you see the vacancy rate in 36-foot clear is less than 0.2%. So with that information, I went to a developer and convinced them to build a spec building. The spec building is now 80% full, and we're working on the pad of another one just started a couple days ago, and potentially a third. This isn't complex, but if you aren't using your research guy, then you should, because your research guys, ladies too, have the ability to find trends for you that perhaps can make you money.
The important thing to understand about how our team tries to approach marketing for the firm is basically to take an integrated approach with everything. So all of these different touch points from the external, the PR and the advertising, to our brochures and materials, to what our logo looks like, and we'll talk a little bit about that too, to our internal communications, et cetera, social media. We are constantly working to make sure that everything we do, we are maximizing on behalf of the firm.
And what we're really focused on here is the client perspective, not the client, the user perspective, the corporate perspective, not the building owner, not the institution, but the corporation. And how do they evaluate what we do? There's a scorecard for everything. And the scorecard for business are the financial statements. And that's what I want to talk about. Are you looking, when we're going and talking to a client and talking about the value that we're adding, are we talking in the language of the business, or are we talking in the language of real estate? Because for companies, the language of real estate is a very foreign language.